together. Michelle and Pete back in with a look at what we're expecting for snowfall for the rest of the day today.
Well, we're sort of in the height of the snowfall right now for our area. Now through about mid-afternoon is when we're going to see the steadiest and at times the heaviest of the snowfall, though it's banned. So some areas are seeing moderate snow, others seeing very little right now.
That's right. That's just kind of the theme of today, Michelle. And we kind of have two things to work with. We have that coastal front, which we've been talking about. And you can kind of see it on live Pinpoint Doppler 12, where the blue gets a little bit darker. You have the big temperature differences. Actually, I'm going to start with the snowfall amounts first.
I actually jumped ahead for you to the
live
radar. Let's go ahead and take a look at the live conditions on live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar. Take it away, Pete.
No problem. See, that's teamwork. All right, so what we're seeing right now on live Pinpoint Doppler 12 are those darker bands. Especially you can see them to the north and east of Providence, northeastern Rhode Island, from Cumberland on into Boston, some of those heavier bands moving in. And that's where that coastal front is kind of trying to set up down through New Bedford. We also have an upper level disturbance moving in from the west, so you combine these two things together and it is leading to some of these steadier, heavier bands of snow. We'll be kind of in and out of these, Michelle, over the next few hours through at least the early part of this afternoon. And there are those snowfall totals, so maybe I'll let you handle those.
All right, sounds good. So we, and this is a couple of hours old at Boston Logan, over a foot of snow now. Norwell, it's 16.5, got a report near North Weymouth of almost 20 inches of snow. So big snowfall totals in eastern Massachusetts, especially compared to our 3 to 5 inches that we've picked up through the night and early this morning. Places like Pasco, Pawtucket at 5 inches, Westport at about 3 inches of snow, Wickford at 2.5. And that temperature difference, that coastal front that Pete was talking about, an area that can enhance the snowfall. I mean, very clear to point out right now. Taunton at 31, New Bedford 32, Fall River 24, only 19 in Providence. So it's right here. Again, Attleboro's in the teens right now compared to Taunton's 31, and that's where we're starting to get into some of those heavier snowfall bands. 24 in Ninigret, 18 in Coventry. So the snow is going to be continuing, and the steadiest and heaviest of it will be until mid-afternoon. As we look ahead, another storm on Thursday. I know it's nothing anybody wants to hear at this point, but it's a storm system, coastal storm that could intensify as it passes by, as bringing gusty winds and perhaps more accumulating snow, and it'll be followed by potentially record cold temperatures. Let's deal with today, though. We've got a winter storm warning until 1 a.m. for our area. That winter weather advisory was dropped on Block Island. 19 right now in Providence, 16 Smithfield, 22 again for those temperatures in Newport. Visibility, it's been dropping this morning as the intensity of the snow has picked up. So we're at a quarter mile in the Boston area, 3/4 of a mile for the visibility in Providence at last check, and about a half a mile in Taunton. It's tough to keep up with these road conditions. You can expect some snow covering the roadways, making for a difficult morning to drive. Wind chill right now, single digits in Providence, 0 in Smithfield. So light to moderate snow for the morning. Roadways snow covered and slick, and only slight improvements as we head towards the evening commute. So low pressure is going to be traveling along this stalled front. You can see where the snow stretches all the way back into much of New York State and eastern Pennsylvania. So our Futurecast continues to show the snow falling. Now the heaviest of it is away from the coastline. When you do get some precipitation at the coast, may still see throughout the rest of this morning some mixing with some sleet and freezing rain along with those big fat snowflakes. So it could lead to an icy glaze on surfaces there. Transitioning over to all snow though, and the snow showers will continue into the later part of the afternoon and evening hours. So the commute home, still snowy and difficult, but the intensity of it should be winding down, and the coverage as well as we head into the late night hours tonight, winding down for most except for perhaps eastern Massachusetts, and then even there it comes to an end. So 3 to 6 inches of additional snow through the Providence area. I have 1 to 3 along the coastline, extreme northern Rhode Island, northern Bristol County, heading up to Boston, another 5 to 10 inches of snow. So total 15 to 24 up and around the Boston area, 9 to 12 for northern Rhode Island, northern Bristol County. You travel into Providence, east and west bays, Fall River, you're at 6 to 9, and 3 to 6 along the Rhode Island coastline. Our temperatures will climb up to near 30 degrees this afternoon in Providence. Quickly, that pick of the day, Michael Jones out of Warwick caught a seal on one of the rocks here locally. So, well, didn't catch a seal, but caught a picture of a seal. Important to clarify. 7-day Futurecast. So it's later Thursday and a Friday morning for our next chance of snow. Let's go over to Gina with the GMPM traffic.